those days. I want to make sure we up on all channels before I start broadcasting. I'm running my mouth. We're going to get the toast on, family. We're going to do our toast, get our toast on. Take some of your calls, because you know it's Toast and Talk Imani. I was planning to do it earlier, but shit. Man plans and God plans, and God is the greatest of planners. So, shit kept me from being able to get up here and having a discussion with y'all today. I am in an undisclosed location. Of course, we're going to do what we do, but I want to make sure that we are streaming on all cylinders. I want to make sure that I got everything right, because I think I might have messed up on the title. I messed up. No, I didn't mess up on the title. Okay. Hopefully some of the family out there is updating the news site, because I heard about the plane or the helicopter crash with the Black Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant. So we could pour a little bit of water for him as well. 6 degrees of separation. Somebody in our circle is connected to him, so we want to celebrate that. We're going to open up the lines and have discussions about various topics. That all depends on what you want, how you want to get it. I have no problems with it. So we're going to sit down and we're going to have our conversation. But of course, we're going to start off with our toast. Ancestors, this is a late night toast. I ain't going to say late night, but we usually do it a lot earlier than this. But things happen. And with things happening, you have to make adjustments. You have to make changes. I am a soldier in the community. I'm a warrior, my fault, in the community, nation builder in the community. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to do what I can in my community to make sure that my people are getting what they need. Yeah, I just found out. Okay. So YouTube is going to be a little bit scant today because I'm having problems. I'm gonna send out the black signal. I'm gonna still be able to pick up your comments and stuff. So be patient. It might take a little while because we gotta wait for the YouTube to update. Also, I could check you out on Hootsuite as well. I like to check all of my chats to make sure that everything, that if you do make a comment, I'm able to get to the comment and deal with your issue as properly as I possibly can. I want to adjust the camera just a little bit because I hate my head being cut off. But like I said, we can't afford a crew here yet, but we're working on that. That's going to be coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Of course, with your support, we're going to be able to build and continue building. And I'm very proud of the things that some of y'all have done. I really appreciate it. People buying the merch, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Also, those that donate, you know what I'm saying? And give tips in different ways. Some people do it directly to Gye-Nyame Journey, others do it to the tip jar. All this helps us to build up the platform so that we can deal with our issues. We got to understand and hopefully realize that we have to move towards developing our own platform so that we can have the type of conversation that we need. So as soon as the YouTube come up, we'll get started. We'll do our thing and move directly to our conversation. I wanted to make sure I had everything in the house because last time I had to do it on the move. I'm in an undisclosed location. God damn, my feet is long, man. Keep on kicking the camera stand. But like I said, we got a few things we could discuss in the news, as well as the lines will be open. So family, I want to be the first to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Uh-oh. The sound effects is not working right now. Where my crew when I need them? All right, so let's restart that. So that's something wrong with the system. We're going to go on and try to correct that. Get it working again. Both of them. Uh-oh. Hey, nephew, Kobe Bryant and his daughter were killed. Oh, his daughter was with him? Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Kobe Bryant and his daughter died today in a plane, well, actually a helicopter crash. And, and I know a lot of people out there feeling it because Kobe Bryant was a legend. One of those individuals that really, really handled his business, showed what mastery could bring when you truly apply yourself. And we got to salute those giants when we have an opportunity. Unfortunately, we saluting Kobe after his death. Man, so family, like I said, those that want to call in and talk about it, because I know it's going to be some people are already cooking up the conspiracy theories and all that. But first, I want to be the first to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. My crew back. This is a Heart of Simba production. Of course, this is the Daily Toast. But we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Mr. Daddy.
Know what? Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath in, drink some water. Take your breath in, drink some water. Take your breath in, drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Come on, now take that deep breath, come on. Now, grab your bottle of that water. Twist the cap on that water. Lift that bottle of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Come on. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now, raise your cup and toast your ancestors. Come on, raise your cup and toast your ancestors. Raise your cup and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your cup. Drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then? Man, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Or should we say the four pillars? Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces, as well as eat a culturally appropriate diet. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Oh. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. toast. Raise your glass and toast. Come on. Drink, drink, drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, like I said now, four pillars of health: breathing, drinking, eating, moving, in that order. One of the things that we have to do in order for us to really celebrate our ancestors is to keep our temples as healthy for as long as we can so that we can get out here and do the work. As far as creating space and time and leaving resources for the next generation. Now, right now, I'm doing about 33.8 ounces of water. We're going to finish this up, then we're going to move to our health drink. So for those that are new, family, we strive to, one, don't put the water in our body, even though we usually do the toast early in the day. We try to get the body, get the right nutrients in it, and we also toast our ancestors with a health drink. So today I got another health drink because I ain't done with my tea yet. My auntie has let me know it was 5 people that died in the crash. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Shouts out to Aunt Georgia. That's what I'm saying. One of them citizen reporters to get out there and get the news and let us know. We need to start making sure that we are being able to have conversations about the stuff that we need to talk about. Crazy. It was his son that played b-ball and a teammate and his parents. Man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, death comes for all of us. And we have to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he left a legacy. He left a legacy. And the question I got to ask each and every one of us out there, are we leaving legacies that will be able to support the next and upcoming generations? And family, I want you to understand, I'm not just talking about money, because information is a new currency. Are you leaving information for your future generations? Do they know how things work? Can they understand that? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not going to be able to leave wealth in the sense that in the way that Kobe Bryant left. But the things that you can leave can be just as valuable to your family. Are you writing down your thoughts? Are you writing down your experiences? Are you talking about them? You know what I'm saying? Because you can record yourself, you can yourself, but we got to do these things so we can pass the information on. Because what needs to start happening is we need to be having frank conversations with our young people so that they can really understand what situation we are in as a people. Family, I've been vegging out. I have to be honest. One of the reasons I kind of moved away from a lot of movies and TV and stuff like that is because it takes up my time. So I've been sitting down watching a show called Boardwalk Empire, and I'm looking at what's going on in that film as far as history and stuff like that. And once again, it's kind of confirming my whole idea about America and the world being run by tribes. You can see it very clear all through this whole series. I'm looking at the tribes, and of course the ones that is always at the bottom that everybody's standing on and being able to make money off is us. That's the one consistent thing. That's the one consistent thing. But before we get into the toast, and I open up the lines, I want to finish going where I was going. So we got to take care of ourselves. Breathing, the 4 pillars, breathing is the most important thing. Family, consciously breathe a little bit every day. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? I mean, put your mind on taking your breath. If you don't do it nothing but one time a day, family, if you don't do it nothing but one time a day, take that breath. All right? Also, the next one is drinking that water. Now, I advocate that we start drinking at least half our weight in ounces in water. If you weigh 100 pounds, that means you need to drink about 50 ounces of water a day. You ain't got to do it all at once, but you got to go and get your body the lubricants, the water help get your body started. Then the next one, of course, is eating an appropriate diet. Look up African Heritage Diet so that you can go on and solidify that. Because like I said, family, we need you in the fight. We're gonna need all of our people, all the ones that's listening to me, because I'm in many cases when I come on the air, I'm preaching to the choir, which oftentimes is the best ones to preach to because they know how to respond, right? They the ones that's doing what needs to be done, right? Usually, you got other people that come in and sit and they just sit. That's what they do. Some of them might put a little bit of money in, but I'm preaching to the choir. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be healthy so that we can move forward. So look up African Heritage Diet. It's not a major change, but it's enough of a change to keep you healthy. To keep you healthy. And that's the key. I just remembered that I have an ancestor that I have to add on. I had a brother call me last night, and I want to add this ancestor to the list. Also, I want to send out shots to my cousin Ebony. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. So let me go and put this brother's ancestor down. He called me speaking about it. And often during these times, we don't really realize how often we miss the opportunity to let those that we know that we love them, right? And this is what the brother was talking about when he called me last night. Brother Junior, let me go and put this out down. Brother Junior is on here kicking. Let's see what he's saying. Brother Junior says crazy. It was his okay. He told us about the crash and about the people that was on the plane. Deep God body. Mother Hell Queen, 84 years young in Pritchard, Alabama says breathing thinking is a must. Oh, bro, we got to. You know what I'm saying? Tajuddin Shakur, I'm here with the bug, with the big brother Hatim. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to open the lines, but I want to make sure we do the toast. So now, we're talking about the African Heritage Diet. Now, this is not a health show. We talk a bit about everything, but I want to make sure that my people is doing what they need to do because family, this push for reparations, this push for us to start uniting within our community, start building our tribes or circling the wagons, as we say in Gye-Nyame, is a very important and real effort that we need to really be pushing towards. Now, after you adjust the diet, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't telling y'all to stop eating meat. I ain't saying none of that. I'm not on that. What I'm on is adding some cultural elements to your diet. We are of African heritage. And there's certain things that culturally we have to start plugging into. Brother Hatim, give us some examples. All right, cool. Very simple. Let's think about this. One of the things that you can add is coconut oil. I know people are like, that's not good for you, but go and do some further research on that. Palm oil, I have palm oil. Certain fishes, more greens and stuff. But go and check out the African Heritage Diet because in forming a culture, right? Because the whole piece, this is what people don't. A culture is a meme, idea that is spread, is a viral idea that a group of people start formulating this idea. And what a lot of people don't understand is that these ideas live and they breathe and they form a symbiotic relationship with the people. And in order for a culture to exist, the people have to exist. So the culture, in a sense, this is what I mean when I say the culture strives to protect and provide for the people so that the people can keep the culture thriving, right? Outsiders come in and try to destroy the culture and implant their idea upon you. And this is what happened to us. And now it's time for us to start grabbing our ideas back and start tribing up and start understanding the game that's being played. See, because if you cannot protect your culture, and by protecting, I'm meaning building up the forces to defend the time and space that you acquire, the time and space that you build, you lose it and you become servants of others' culture. You become fodder for others' culture. My elder Nomo X told me a long time ago when he used to break down history to us, and he would use terms like cannon fodder. He said you will have a group of individuals that will be cannon fodder that you would send out first to catch all the bullets. Then you send in your special troops, you know what I'm saying, to handle the rest. The cannon fodder would usually be outsiders from that culture, mercenaries or people forced into servitude that they were forced out in front so that they can go on and catch the arrows and the bullets and take the brunt of the suffering so that the other troops could come in fresh and ready to conquer, or come around the front, around the flanks, and crush the opposition. Family, we have been used for cannon fodder. We've been used as cannon fodder here for a very long time. And it's time for us to start realizing that, because we're operating outside of our culture. Now, family, when I say our culture, I want us to understand that we have been here for 400 years. So there are certain elements that we have developed that we are not necessarily embracing because we always push it to the side. Why? Because right now our culture, in a sense, is not able to provide for us. And what we're trying to do at Gye-Nyame Journey is to get people to understand that in order for our culture to thrive, we have to start investing in it. I ain't talking large amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about many of us pulling our resources so that we can support it. What you mean support it, Brother Hatem? Here once a month, or at least we did until we saw that people wasn't necessarily giving the support that was needed. We used to try to do a market. Why? Because markets are places of exchange. Not only do you exchange economics, money, resources, the money, which is a medium, you know what I'm saying, exchanging resources, we also exchange information. We also develop the relationships that we need. You know what I'm saying? We have holidays, Kwanzaa, Malcolm X festivals, all types of festivals that are geared towards our culture. And we have cultural practices that we try to uphold during these times. And they need our financial backing because they will pay dividends in the end if we are consistent in supporting them. You understand what I'm saying? Because they will provide opportunities for people within a culture to be able to make what we call in the street a come up, right? But you got to have the right people doing the come up, because the culture needs warriors, not just warriors that go out and kill and fight and stuff like that. We need economic warriors. We need political warriors. We need social warriors. People that understand the idea of conflict and how it's going to happen, because what's going to come down is once we really start forming our culture, once we really start embracing our cultures, other people will be threatened by that, and they're going to come in, they're going to strive to attack. And that's what's been happening to us over and over and over again. But we have to start preparing ourselves, because we know it's going to happen. Because everybody want to get something for free. Everybody, right? And everybody knows that it takes a sacrifice in order to make it. And what everybody else tries to do is make, guess who? Guess who they try to make the sacrifice for the progress that they need to make? Damn right, you and me and our children. And that shit has to stop today. Today. So let's go on and get into the toast, and I'm going to open up the lines. I don't know how many of y'all out there, but I appreciate all those that are stopping in. I can't really see how I usually would see because of some of the blocks that are on me at this point in time. So let me go on and shut some of these tabs down. So, shouts out to, Tajuddin, what's up, brother? How you doing? All right, so let's get it. We're going to do our toast. We're going to lift up our ancestors as we usually do. And then I'm going to open up the lines and we could chop it up for as long as we can. All right? No promises of how long it's going to be. But anyway, first off, we raise our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We raise up our cup, we raise it up, and we salute that Creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. And like I said, for all those that want to add some ancestors to the list, by all means, you can post them up on a timeline, or you can hit us up on our Facebook page at Gye-Nyame Journey. Let us know, or put it on the timeline for on gnjmedia.live on one of the shows, or if you're on this show, post it up so that we can get it. Or you can also join what we call the Black Signal, where I let you know, like on the weekends when I'm doing my big show, because some of y'all not built for getting up and doing the toast early in the morning. I have no problem with that. But we have a general list where I can let everybody know where to post the ancestors. So you could join that by tapping in. Here, let me post it up for y'all. If you want to be part of the Black Signal, send in text G&J, the letters G&J, to 25456. For those that want to join us daily for the toast, because when we do the toast early in the morning, you could just toaster, text, toaster to 25456. Now, those that get on the daily toaster list, understand that you will be getting text at like 5:30 in the morning. When I'm good, 5:15 when I'm on point. So make sure y'all understand before you do that, know what's coming, because we toast every day. Sometime later, like on the evenings where, let me tell you, I woke up this morning. I said we're gonna toast the ancestors. I'm gonna chill for a minute, but then my mom needed some help, and then I had to be somewhere else to help other people in the community as well. So that's what we do. So now back to the list. We raise our glass to our list. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Andy Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Jamon Jones. No, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, Nomo X, Pet Mont, Ron Malika Pacour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofo, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, Deluxe Brother Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss J.F. Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, Deluxe Brother Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Bronson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Natalie Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Raymond Jane Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Argo Sosu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Eric Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Gerald Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hader Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Ward, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Annie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Ada Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howell, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy M. Alexander, Arthur Miller, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Depretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterbury, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Samuel Evans Sr., Nidon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Anna Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkins Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Toure, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet, Dominic Case, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hannah Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson. Robert Nelson. I gotta find where I'm at. Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Nelly Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Elton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shakamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, Imani and Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. From their family, we move on to the Black Book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shell Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Edda Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnston, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Finnan, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gans, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Margaret III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Cassandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Kareem Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Jessica Carl White, Jesse Woods, Hilara Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster. Okay, I got them. James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence. We got Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Kofer, Ozell Leathers Jr. We got Geneva Jackson. We got Arjaye Lacey, also known as Took the Don. And we just had added by a junior, brother junior. I'll just add something on here for you. Let me see if it's not. Well, there's no room there, so I'm going to get you another space on here. Brother Junior. I see you doing research. Family, I'm telling you, once you start toasting your ancestors, a lot of stuff start going good. Great granddad, Savior we raise our glass to all of our ancestors that were added, new, as well as all those we've been toasting on a daily basis. What a great privilege that a lot of y'all give me to be in a sense of caretaker, to make sure that our ancestors are receiving energy from us so that they can go and send us energy back. We raise them up, we remember them, we remember their energy and the good times, and even some of the troubled times that we may have had with some of them. But we're grateful for what they have given us, the lessons and the time and space for us to be us. And it is our job to maintain that for our future generations. That is our holy task. You understand what I'm saying? So not only do we need to pass on time and space, we need to go on and start building resources and culture and pass that on to the future generations so that we can continue building for eternity. So we salute those ancestors and we remember them and we ask them to be with us on a daily basis, to touch our lives, you know what I'm saying, and to help us move forward in power and strength. And we keep our sacred trust with our ancestors because what they passed down to us was sacred, and we need to make sure that we are able to pass on the same sacred space and time that they passed on to us. We raise our glass, and also we want to send out a special shout out to Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and all those that was on the plane. We raise our glass, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our present moment, which we are in right now. And what I want to do right now is give all of the Imani born a round of applause. What is going on here? Let's try it again. When I move around, I'm on a budget. I can't carry the large crowd with me. So let's do it again, folks. Shouts out to the Imani born. Yes, bruh, you are the realest. I know our ancestors are proud of you family. And they proud of you as well, brother, because you participating. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, family, you know what I'm saying? Like and share so we can pass it on. Because like the more we start saluting, the more lessons that will start coming. Because every now and then, you hear a name, and one of the jewels that they left you clicks in your head. Or some of the experiences that you had clicked in your head. And you get lessons from that, family. Get lessons from the stories of your family. Remember, stories were one of the first ways we started educating individuals. Stories are important. Never forget the story of your family. And speaking of that, being in the present moment, one of the things that we have to start making sure we do in this present moment is to pass on those stories of our ancestors, of our with those that we can remember, and the stories that they told you about their people. We need to pass those stories on so our children know that all of the shit that they're hearing is not true. Right? Because in the present moment, like I said, now, when people come in, when outsiders come in and they try to steal your present moment. They try to steal your time. This is why they pay you per hour. They're stealing your time. So what we have to start doing is building up those institutions that protect the culture and have individuals that could dedicate 24 hours a day to our culture. I'm serious, family. I'm very serious, because other people have this. In the Jewish culture, they call them rabbis. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. What is it other than the keeper of the culture? We equate it with religion, right? But we're not seeing the game that's being played, because the same thing is going on in the Roman Catholic Church. It bring all those together, and it keeps their story, it keeps their culture alive. What are the institutions that's holding our culture? All of our institutions, all of our stuff is guiding us towards theirs, rather than guiding us back to who we are. We have a natural, innate connection with the Creator and the Creator in the universe and nature out here. We got a natural, innate connection. What we have to start doing is understanding our place. Start standing up and defending that space and just defending that. And this is what we do here. This is why you know what I'm saying? Everybody in Gye-Nyame, everybody's serious with us. When we use the wrong day for the day of the week, especially when we talking to our family, we got to get out and do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're trying to ingrain in our mind. We're trying to take our time back. So one of the goals in Gye-Nyame is to create some type of job of an individual a few individuals that's going to be able to get out here and defend and support and speak up for our culture. And part of that culture is getting what was denied your ancestors, taking what's ours. Just saying. All right, but anyway, today is Imani. We raise our glass up for this moment. We already saluted those that was born on the Imani family. I know it's kind of late, but you still could post up some pictures of Imani in action. We have to practice looking for our principles on a daily basis. We have to practice looking for our principles on a daily basis. And I'm challenging you to post them up on Gye-Nyame Journey on the timeline. Anybody can post up on our timeline. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's appropriate, as long as it ain't something that's gonna get us blocked, you know what I'm saying? We'll let it slide through. Now, especially those that's posting up. So you can post it hashtag Imani, hashtag Imani Day, hashtag even your picture. I'm an Imani baby. Hashtag Imani baby. I don't care. But we have to start practicing looking for our principles within each one of these days. Although we see all of them always operating, on certain days we focus on finding certain ones. Shouts out to Sister Navita. I see you out there. So today on Imani, for those that don't speak the language, I want you to activate that reticular formation, get out there and seek, even though you might have already found it. Because those that's down with the journey already know that you're supposed to be taking pictures or finding articles or find things that connect us back to our principles. Even writing things, because that's part of the newsletter. We're trying to give you a whole new perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because we got to get in and grab those. We got to grab those minds and get our young people as well as the older people to start thinking in a fashion that will connect them to the culture so that they understand that if we don't defend it, we will disappear. We'll disappear. Ain't no necessarily any topic today is just open. You know what I'm saying? You ain't shoot me a topic. That's your job. Shoot me a topic. But anyway, so Sister Navita gonna think about it, and I'm gonna open the lines. Of course, those that want to conversate, you call in. So for those that don't know, today is Imani. For those that don't speak the language, Imani means faith. The modic principle of the day is harmony. The M7 or the M7 principle is trust. The color is red, as you see by this beautiful red hoodie that I got. You know what I'm saying? Cat in is our thing. You get it off of Gye-Nyame site at gnjmedia.live. Gender is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwesi. Female name is Akasua. We raise our glass. We salute this present moment, because we realize that in this moment we have the power. It's not in the past, it's not in the future, because they're not here. We're constantly in this moment, and we have to start taking advantage of this moment so that we can move forward in power and strength and be conscious in the moments. A lot of us are trying to sleep through the moments. A lot of us just want to have peaceful deaths. You know what I'm saying? When we have to go and, in the sense as they used to say, gird up our loins and push through the pain and push through the struggle and push through the hard times so that we can once again rise up to where we were and beyond. We raise our glass to this present moment and we say Ashe. From there we move to our future generations. We raise our cup to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. I said unto infinity, family, because we always have been here and we always will be. If we handle business, we waste these moments. It's trouble. We waste these moments, it's trouble. You know what I'm saying? We got to start moving as if our people are dependent on us, as if our culture is dependent on us. Got to move like that, right? So we raise our glass. And we salute this moment, we say, Ashe. So we move on to the future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity, family. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, we raise our cup. You know what we say? We toast all of our relations. And we say, Ashe, from all of our relations. We move on and we salute, in a sense, you. And this is what I'm saying, in that this is that selfish toast. Because we toasted for our ancestors, we toasted for the present moment, we toasted for the future generations, we toasted all of our relations. Now, we are on to toasting you, right? We're on to toasting you. Why is that selfish toast important, Brother Hatem? Because every now and then we got to step back and consciously think about ourselves. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you moving towards the greatest you that you can be? Are you stuck? So I want to give you a moment so that you could consciously think about some of the things that you need in this moment to move forward, to build a better life for you and yours and you and ours. You understand what I'm saying? So we raise that cup, give you a second. Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, once again, I want to toast to, I want to raise this cup up to the most beautiful, most outstanding, the wisest, the strongest individual in the room. You know what I'm saying? And I raise my glass to you and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. And yes, now the lines are open. Lord have mercy. Let me make sure everything is working. And close that window. Let's go over here to this Uber conference. Make sure everything's still working. Uber conference is up. Call in line to 614. Let me type it in for those that might be new. You might have something you want to share. 614-556-4535. Boom. Sister Cynthia Johnson. She says, I'm going to share a potential customer market survey over there because I have Imani that my people will support our vision of a foundation centered on black philanthropy. Brother Junior Winston Godbody says, Ashe, Ashe. Hey Hatem, why are police required to get at least an associate's degree to police our streets? To give a dog a shot, you must have a vet school degree. Damn. That's actually a question. Here's another question about the police, Brother Junior. Why aren't police forced to live in the cities that they police? Think about that as well. Why is it not a requirement that all police live in a city in which they police? You understand what I'm saying? Because then that'll cut down, because you intimately involved in the community. You have a vested interest in protecting that community and the people within that community. Because one of them young men that you might arrest may be your neighbor's kids. I ain't talking about the suburbs either. I'm talking about if you police Columbus, you need to be on the north, east, south, or west side of Columbus. And this is something, see, the questions that you're asking are part of the quest that we have to be on. See, because part of what we got to do is, one, we got to start getting ourselves involved in the political system. Because to determine who are the police is the politicians. To determine the qualifications of that is driven by the politicians. But if the police unions are paying the politicians, they get what they want. So I need my crazy cousin to be able to be on the police force, because he can't get down nowhere else. So, I'm a police officer. Why not let my crazy cousin? So, you see how it works? You know what I'm saying? We have, with the police department, we have an occupying force as long as they are being shipped from outside. That's an occupying force. You understand? So, if the qualification for being a police officer, because like I said, I give up not having an associate's degree for being able to have people within the community that will be working for the police. If you police that area, you live in that area. Just think about that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to really consider that shit. Because in order really to get control of our communities, once again, it goes back to the culture piece. You know what I'm saying? And it is going to require a lot of healing. But one of the things that stop the healing from happening is the occupying force that is always taking your focus and attention off of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So, I know that would be kind of rough with some of the police officers, because they do some dirty shit to people, and they don't want to have to come home and be around that shit. So what we want is to have as many motivating factors to make the police responsible to the people that they do police. It's harder to be dirty when everybody knows you. Everybody that you police is knowing you, so they're gonna know if you're working with the gangsters in the neighborhood. You understand? They're gonna know. They gonna know. And then one of the things that we lost in our culture is the whole. This is gonna sound crazy. The whole secret society concept. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? What does a secret society do? Secret societies make sure that the culture is maintained and protected. So then you do have somebody that's operating outside of things and start getting too much power and start doing crazy shit out in public. They always have to be fearing that boogeyman, because you don't know who's in the secret society and who's gonna move on you. So it kind of helps enforce and protect the people. Unless that becomes corrupt too, then we got a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? We back to zero. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, once again, the lines are open, 614-556-4535. I'm going to give y'all a couple more minutes to call in. I'm going to go down some of the news threads that I have. All right, let me see. All right, I need to put on some music for a second. Let me see. Let me put on some music for a second. Because I'm going to run real quick. I have to run. I'm old now. So, when the body calls, I have to go on and answer. So, I'll be right back. So, gone. Lines are open. We had a conversation.
Mr. Diddy, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Diddy.
I'm back. Get it jumping off. Let's get it jumping off, family. Oops. All right. So, nature called the old man answered. I called out to y'all. Let's see if anybody answered. No call-ins yet. All right. So we're going to go down the news thread on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, and we'll call it an evening. So let me go on and refresh, because we be posting up. We got family posting up news on different days. Has anyone listened to Golden Child from Chi-Town? He on a black mission in hip-hop. I don't know. So, my health drink for the day is, I got some coconut water. I'm trying to save a little bit for tomorrow as well. But like I said, artists are the vanguard of the revolution. Always have been, always will be. Artists help us move into the future by planting new ideas and dreams in our head. So that one, those that are older, that have imagination, can imagine where they want to go and be able to look at the opportunities to invest in it. All right? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when hip hop was born, a lot of us gone, Gina.
You got a pick on you?
No, I don't. A lot of our elders didn't recognize and didn't want to invest in hip hop because it was foolishness. What y'all out here spinning on your head and shit, saying words we don't understand, and some of us may have missed an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? What we have to be on the lookout for as the elders, as us moving into the elders in our time, is those artists and those new things that are coming that piece of and take control of, right? Because culture got to control, right? Culture has to have resources in order to create a livelihood for the people. Or to me, and that's just my opinion, to me, there's no culture without that. Where the resources? So I think part of our show got dropped off for a second. So let's go. I refreshed and why? Okay, all right. Let me move up. See all these new. All right. For those that don't know, this is my 1,660th podcast on Gye-Nyame Journey. I have a lot more, family. Like I said, I'm moving towards my 10,000 hours of mastery. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you find what it is you're good at and you trying to move towards that mastery. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Kobe Bryant for me, since, nobody called in. Kobe Bryant kind of represented that aspect for me, far as finding something and throwing himself into his craft. Now, I don't know about the crash. I don't know about all the stuff behind it. I know some people going to come out with it, right? But right now, once again, I want to raise the glass in remembrance of a master. And some of y'all might not respect it because it was just basketball. You know what I'm saying? But what it represented to me was something that was cultural for us, because mastery was part of our culture. You understand? Not being the jack of all trades, mastery, because that allows us to move to the next level. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? When you nation building,
this call is being recorded.
If you got people that are good at everything and everybody doing everything, you don't have the opportunity to get people to focus on things, right? What do you mean, Brother Hatim? Innovations come when people focus. You understand? When people are able to focus on the thing that they're good at. So you in coaches, you have those that will be good at producing food. You have those that will be good, but those people was able to master that. They will be able to take those goods and be able to exchange them with others, which will cause other people to have to become good at other things so that they could find their niche. And that whole culture, in a sense, will be feeding and trading within itself. And then if other people from the outside came in, they wasn't strong enough to take over, they would try to participate within that trade. And those trading and that resources that was developed will allow individuals to be able to focus. Like what type of focus? Like science, right? Like art, like architecture. You know what I'm saying? You don't build pyramids with a master of everything. You build pyramids with a motherfucker that's able to sit down and focus on building a pyramid long enough. But somebody just called in. I ain't gonna keep on running my mouth. Who this on the line? Can you hear me?
It's Shaka.
What's up, brother Shaka? What's going on up north?
Oh man, just listening in so far, waiting. Just catching my middle, listening to you talk about Kobe.
Oh yeah. So you got any thoughts on Kobe? You got any thoughts about anything else that you want to discuss?
Oh man, we are losing our good ones, man. As you know, I just lost a friend this week,
right?
And then Kobe, not even 7 days later. And so, look at people who shape the world. A lot of times, folks don't realize how much they are a part of your life until they're not, And one of the things I say about my guy that passed along, he made it his point on Lee Road in Cleveland.
Hold on, Shaka. It just dropped. There we go. Hello? All right, I dropped Shaka. Hopefully he'll call back in. But I needed to do something and it didn't work out quite like I wanted it to. But Shaka, make sure you call back in. Junior, the brother link with Nipsey on Dr. Sebi Nature of Healing and Kobe was supposed to finish Nipsey's documentary. Crazy. I haven't heard that, but then, because this is the one question I asked about that. Dr. Sebi stuff is already widely distributed. Why would, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see the link. What would be so important that he would have to be eliminated? I don't know if that's what you're saying. Maybe you just point that fact out. But I would have to ask the question, you know what I'm saying? What would make him as an investor in that movie more important than anybody else? Is it possible that more people will get onto it? You know what I'm saying? Because, in America, that means you're living long. I don't know. What was so pertinent about Dr. Sabi's stuff because Dr. Sabi was talking about his stuff for a very long time. So the lines are back open. I was hoping that Brother Shaka would get back with us. Reload. Okay, maybe he on and I just don't know it yet. There seems to be a problem connecting with this call. Reload. See if it'll open back up. Cool. Shaka's still on the line. All right, Shaka, go back. You back up? Hold on. I'm up on it.
This conference is being recorded by the organizer.
Good grief, I'm on here twice. That's crazy. All right, Shaka back. All right, Shaka, go ahead. Shaka. Hello? Can you hear me?
Where I leave off?
Of the importance of friends. Brother, what happened? I just dropped. Oh, that's Georgia. Nephew, now they are saying dead in crash. Oh, they say nephew. His nephew was also on a plane and died in a crash. Thank you. Wow. I think my aunt is keeping us up on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, shots out to the family because the news is still coming. So, Brother Junior says,
the daughter?
Right. The nephew and the daughter. Now they're saying 9 dead in the crash. Just Kobe was about to help get the knowledge to the streets. Okay. All right, that's what Brother Junior saying that some knowledge was going to the street. I mean, but you know, like I said, we never know what's happening behind the scenes because, like I said, if you live long enough, a lot of this shit don't really surprise you no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you see, little sneaky shit be happening behind the scenes all the time. But Shaka, go on pick up with what you left off with, my brother.
I guess what I was talking about was when you serve a function to people around you and then you're gone, people recognize because that thing you do is part of their everyday. And that's who, that's who RJ was. You know, anything you needed, whether he had it or not, he helped find it. He made sure that you was, peace. When people came together, mixed companies or whatnot, he made sure that, certain issues that would create tension was dealt with before anyone got into the mix with each other that might cause some detriment, And so when that person, that go-to person ain't around, it's noticed. And, same as with Kobe, the function that he played, it's not just the fact that he had some Hollywood stuff happening. It's really the work and the purpose behind the work, why did he invest so much in these animations and things like that? So there's those things that really get you to understand the person's past and their legacy. So that's,
I'm hearing you, bro. I'm hearing you. You understand? So family, now one of the things that Shaka's hitting on is learning to appreciate each other while we're above ground. You know what I'm saying? Before we enter the ancestral realm. Because in many cases, how we do our ancestors in many ways is the same way we do some of those that we would call friends. We forget about them. You understand? And once again, an important aspect of culture is relationships. You know what I'm saying? Being friends with people, as Shaka said, that can help you, and even if they don't have what you need, they are willing to help you find what you need. Because they know that if you succeed, they succeed, and we succeed. But like I said, a lot of that's been pulled up out of us, in our thinking. It has become, in many cases, very dangerous to even succeed around certain people because of the, in a sense, Brother Shock Matthews would describe it because of the vibrational frequency that they are vibrating at. It becomes dangerous, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're existing in a world and everybody is like at a lower vibration, you know what I'm saying? And part of that vibration is that envy, that jealousy, or that anger, that passion, you know what I'm saying, will cause you to do something to hurt them or hurt other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially those that's closest to you. You know, so we have to be very, you know what I'm saying, like I said, because I know, you know, the news is going to be coming out, and then some of the people on YouTube going to be going off on the cold conspiracy shit. It's about to start. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that we go on and just, you know, celebrate Kobe for his mastery. I know it's a lot of defaults that we could see, we could point out, you know what I'm saying? But the mastery piece, for me, is one of the major pieces as far as Kobe Bryant's life. You know what I'm saying? That for me is great. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So anybody else want to call in?
So let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Because the one of the major things that rings out to me when you talk about Kobe and, you know, and his determination is Bruce Lee and his behavior as a human being. You know, if you've ever seen his daytime planner down to the 15-minute margin, he's applying himself and managing his time to do what we now look back at as the last 3 years of his life. Right? Mm-hmm. Because what do we know of Bruce's work before the last 3 years of his life? I mean, that was where the most important stuff came from. But what is it that you see in Kobe's legacy that somebody like me or somebody like you can learn and influence a more, that adds to our behavior and progress?
Kobe, like Bruce Lee, when he was in the league, Kobe worked at his craft. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't spread out all over trying to be good at everything, like a lot of us are. He focused on his craft and what he was put here for. I seen you, Sister Aisha. I love you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and share. Somebody hit up the tip jar so we can see the tip jar pop up. I want to see what happened when somebody hit the tip jar. Go to gnjmedia.live. Those of you that are on Facebook, actually that's the best place to watch us anyway. But anyway, unless you're listening to the podcast, and I want to thank all those out there. But it's that dedication to the craft. Bruce Lee was dedicated to developing his body as a weapon. He was dedicated to the martial arts and the levels that it would take him. And by being able to focus in on that one thing and mastering that one thing, it possibly can help him translate other aspects of his life. Mastery. We come from a culture where people worked on mastery. Kobe, I remember I heard a story. A friend I knew used to, when the Lakers would come through his city, in a sense, because he was a dynamic speaker, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the Lakers would come and chill with him. So, and a lot of people knew this. So he told this story. He said one day, one of the young men that he was working with, who thought he was good at basketball, said, "Now, Sean, you seen me play basketball. I'm pretty good." He said, "Yeah, you pretty good." He said, "You met Kobe Bryant?" He said, "Yeah, I met Kobe. Yeah, blah, blah, blah." He said, "What's the difference between me and Kobe?" He said, right now, while you sitting here talking to me, waiting for me to approve how good you are, Kobe is somewhere right now in a gym mastering his skill. Masters take advantage of the moment to prepare in their art, in their craft, and build upon their skill. And that's one of the lessons that I will take from Bruce Lee's as well as Kobe Bryant's life. You understand what I'm saying? That mastery part. Because that's something that we got to get back to. It's something that we got to get back to. We got too many jacks of all trades. You know what I'm saying? We got people that are street sweepers, Uber drivers, could fix anything in a car and anything in a house and know economics and politics, and I mean they good at all these things, but because their focus and their attention is spread out on all these things, they never could actually move towards mastery. But somebody else called in too. I don't want to overlook them. Sister Navita is on the line and she's been waiting patiently because I know she biting at the bit. Go ahead, Sister Navita, hit it.
What's going on? I'm just listening, really. I done kind of forgot what I called for. Oh, I know what I called for. Okay. Once again, we've been in the Benakian class. Mm-hmm. And, this whole nigger factory thing has been a topic of conversation. What does that mean?
Say it again.
Nigger factory.
Oh, the nigger.
Nigger factory.
Nigger factory. Oh.
That's a part of his title of his book. Now, I was watching a video. I don't know if you've seen it, but a brother put a video out where I forget what city or state, but basically it's like a corner store. I'm assuming it was run by foreign, like Koreans or Arab. But anyway, there's a long line outside the store. And I just posted it on the Gye-Nyame page. And they would only let 2 or 3 people in the store at a time. Because they was afraid they would see. And guess what? People lined up to be treated that way. Is that nigger factory behavior?
Yeah. That's well actually that might be damn, my feet is big. That's a survival, yes. Well, let's put it this way. For them to stand in a line to go into another.
But if it's a corner store,
right?
That's not the only one in the neighborhood. We already know that. So.
Now, but the point is, it might be the only one close enough for these people to get what they need, so that they don't have to inconvenience themselves and spend a lot of time going to another store. Now, the whole aspect of that, for me, that's even deeper than just the whole nigger factory piece, is the lack of our people to create those type of environments, those places of commerce within our own communities. You know what I'm saying? So part of the programming that goes on in the nigger factory is that, hey, you are supposed to and be comfortable with and do whatever other people tell you to do in order to get their products. You know what I'm saying? Because one part of the whole programming behind this thing that goes on is that first off, you got to make less valuable your stuff or our culture and elevate what other people have. Right? So it'll make it possible for us to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the wholesale goods place and buy a whole bunch of shit and bring it in here so that we could buy it. You know what I'm saying? Brother Judy said, my Lord, that's a damn shame. Them folks shouldn't be treated like that. He said, Nicka, factory is real. It's very real. It's very real. And it's
Do you think those people are suffering also within, because there's several aspects of the nigga factory? Do you think that these people who are standing in line and allowing themselves to be treated like that, because most of them were young, some were even very small kids, like maybe coming out of school or what have you, some were like really small. I don't know where the parents were, but maybe I just didn't see the parents and they were there. But what does that say of how a person feels about themselves as an individual? Because if you was in a relationship with a man and he told you, you're going to have to wait outside for 30 minutes till I finish dealing with this other sister, then you can come in.
well, I mean,
And you sat out there and waited,
yeah.
what would that say about you as a woman? Or a man, if the woman, the man said, or the woman said, dude, you got to stay out here and wait while I'm with this other dude. You wait out here 30 minutes. When I'm done with him, then you can come in and I'll deal with you. And he sat out there and he waited.
Right. So
he subjected himself to that abuse and to being treated less than
others.
So the people who do this type of shit, are they suffering from low self-esteem?
Now I gotta ask a question, because you don't know the city or the town. How close was the next store?
I don't know how close the next store was, but this is from my experience, and I think it was a major city, but I had to go back and listen. But from my experience, just from being in any hood, really, there's always more than one corner store. I ain't never been in a hood where there's just one. Never.
I've seen in a lot of times when schools let out in many different cities, in East Orange, New Jersey, for example, little health spot. They say only 2 students allowed in at a time. This man got Jamaican beef patties for these kids lined up. They lined up with their dollars for the beef patties and cocoa bread. And I get it, because when there is more, you got this whole student club that's interfering with the regular clientele. So in that type of situation, I don't think that is not something out of the ordinary, but if
I
it's
think it's
grown
something that
folks,
we've
they gotta
accepted
stand outside.
as, this is how I think it's something that we accepted because it's been integrated into our neighborhood and we have been told to say, well, this is normal. But I'm going to tell you what I find odd about that. I have never seen outside of in black neighborhoods that done ever. There's only allowed to be 2 or 3 people in the store at the same time. I haven't seen that anywhere else but in the black community. And I think it's done because people feel that black patrons may act a certain way, whether it means they're going to steal or they're going to be rowdy or what have you.
Right.
And I don't think theft is isolated to a black people thing.
Now, is this a result? Now, because this is the next question. Is that the result of how the person in the store feels? Or is that a result of how the people have been trained? Because also we got to look at the mentality of the person in the store. And
that's what I'm looking at. The person in the store initially, when I said, they think that these people are thieves. And they may have had theft. But let me tell you, especially with this opiate epidemic, I have still yet to see white neighborhoods who have been robbed by whites, so much white on white crime, even living here in this neighborhood now that is predominantly white. When there is a break-in over here, 9 times out of 10 it's done by somebody Caucasian. And even then, I don't see them like, well, only so many people are allowed in the store at a time. I don't see them do that.
Did y'all hear just today when they're talking about the news of Kobe?
I sent it to Hakim in your inbox just about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Sent what?
Yo.
I think you know what the lady called said Los Angeles niggers on the news?
Yeah.
She said what?
Mm-hmm. Los Angeles niggers, and then she corrected herself and said Los Angeles Lakers.
Wow.
I sent it to you maybe as a topic to talk about, but I guess you didn't open up your inbox to see the heading, because the heading is what I was trying to get you to see, and maybe we could converse about.
Right. You know, while I'm on my show, it's kind of hard for me to get to some of that. But let me see. You sent it to my inbox? Let me see what I can find.
To Hashem. And I listened to it. But, yeah, I just think that there's a certain mentality that is associated with the person in the store for sure. Especially when it's a quote-unquote outsider from our own community. They look at us many times as, savage and...
The only thing popped up
we're
is
gonna steal.
my show. You sent my show to me, Sister Navita.
Oh, the hell I didn't.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm in my inbox. You sent me my show.
Oh my God, boy, you did I know.
Hold on, something. Hold on. Don't worry about it.
It's on the wall. Is it on? I saw it.
MSNBC. Hold on. MSNBC. All right, I'll be able to pick them up.
You sure it was MSNBC?
Everybody real loud, say, get on Uncle Hot Tip Show.
That ain't your show. I sent you to MSNBC.
Oh, they can't get on.
Yeah, come on. All right. It's my little niece's birthday, and her and her crew is in the house. Her and her crew is in the house. No.
I wonder what her
Happy birthday.
is looking like right now.
Huh? Oh man, I ain't. I'm about to go because I gotta get my girl stuff, so I'm gonna pick them up. All right, y'all. So it says MSNBC reporter says N-word while reporting about Kobe Bryant's death. Man, that's the day. Earlier today, while reporting on the tragic news of Kobe Bryant's passing, I unfortunately stuttered on air, combining the names of the Knicks and the Lakers and saying Nakers. Please, no, I did not and would never use a racist term. I apologize for the confusions this caused. An MSNBC reporter made a huge mistake while reporting about the untimely death of NBA great Kobe Bryant during a news segment about a memorial created at Staples Center in Los Angeles. The reporter Allison Morris called the Los Angeles Lakers the Los Angeles Meow. The clip began circulating on Twitter and caused an outrage among grieving fans. White news reporter from at MSNBC just said Kobe played for the Los Angeles. Maybe they got a clip of it on here. I don't.
I can send you a clip.
Yeah, I mean, because I would like to.
Let me see.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I just had it on the YouTube. I was playing it.
I'm wondering what possibly, because think about this, because I want you, because this is how you spin stuff. Why would you be thinking about the Knicks and the Lakers at the same time? Kobe never played for anybody. Why would they even be on? Right. You know what I'm saying? Why? Go ahead.
She said Knickers.
She said Knickers. I was thinking Knicks and Lakers.
She said Knickers.
You say Knickers. Huh?
They used to be called the Knickerbockers, though?
I don't.
I just sent it to you.
Okay. So let's go and look at this real quick. Sister Navita's keeping us up on the YouTube piece, and I'm gonna go on and play it. You know, I might get blocked, but hey, it's only a 9-second clip. Let's see how the lady handled herself. Let's see if we can hear Knickers. Damn, this sound
perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers. Kaduna, if I could ask you to stay with us, was perfect.
Wait, we got to play that again. That didn't sound like no Knickers.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers. Kaduna, if I could ask you to stay with us, was perfect.
Y'all heard it here on Gye-Nyame Journey, goddammit. Thanks to Sister
Perfectly
Navita.
cast on the Los Angeles Lakers community. If I could ask you to stay with us, we're going to quiz perfect.
Hold on. The Chaka, you a musician. Wait, hold on. We got a musician who makes his living by his mouth and his ears. A professional listener. He got to be able to listen to the music and be able to play. Shaka, I need you to give us a step by step on what this woman said, because she's saying Nakers. All right, let's see.
Thank you, Hatem from Columbus. Listen, what's going on right now as she's clearing out her desk, and she has been spat upon. All right, so let's go back to the initial. Where did I go wrong? She definitely said niggers, and she said it with a twang.
But hold on, I'm gonna play it one more time for you. Let's.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers community. If I could ask you to stay with us.
Family.
There was a moment of contemplation right before as well. She knew what she was saying.
I'm not going to even.
Because she didn't just say Los Angeles niggers. She said Los Angeles niggers.
I mean, but we know these conversations go on privately, family. Listen, this is why I keep telling y'all need to try
what they would call a Freudian slip, if anything.
Exactly.
That's what they call it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And she is not alone. She's not alone. And we have to understand this.
Yeah.
We have to understand this, and we have to be able to, once again, everybody else is tribing up. We trying to be friends with everybody. No, we don't need to have friends. We need to have associates and people that could go on and press through with our agenda. We trying to make friends with everybody, but everybody ain't trying to make friends with us. Right? So as Shaka said, she needs to go somewhere and be packing her bags. But I'm telling you right now, her tribe is not going to let her go out like that. They're going to let her go have a couple.
They're going to get on code. They're going to get on code.
You know what I'm saying? What will we do?
They might even pull one of us out of their hat.
Oh, man. She's going to be working at some little small station for a little while. You know what I'm saying? And she might not be getting the spotlight, but she might be behind the scenes. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. You understand? But now, that's what tribe does. That's what tribe does. You know what I'm saying? We need to be forming the network so that we can do the same thing. We need to make sure that we get what we are owed so that we can move and do stuff like that. Because, because we already know for black folks, one mistake is damn near the end. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like that. Oh, I think it was a new. Who sung "This Is the End"? Is this the end, Shaka? Is that New Edition?
New Edition.
You know what I'm saying? We make one mistake.
Mama told me once that it was gonna happen.
But you never told me when.
One mistake, and it's the end for us, right? Because we depend on everybody else, right? And we haven't had the protections that we needed, right? So everything has been set up for us to fail. I'm even on Boardwalk Empire, family. Listen, I was watching Boardwalk Empire, 4th season. This whole season is about a brother from New York that's part of the UNIA is getting involved in the heroin trade, and he wants to expand into New Jersey. So first off, associating the Garvey movement,
and he's using the money
to liberate. Right. That's what that's what he was saying. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because he said.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Because in real life, I know the President General of the UNIA, and there are some folks who kind of bogarted his charter and who has claimed certain buildings in Chicago territory, and was really like moving in a way that is not necessarily garbage in his opinion. But just to let you know, like that this is what's really going on in the world of the UNIA right now.
Dead air. Where you at, Hudson?
I think I hear him whispering.
Okay. I don't have my phone in front of me, so I can't see the screen.
Or did he fall asleep? Did he pull a Belafonte on us?
Let me take a look at my phone. Belafonte!
Did you ever see that? They had Harry Belafonte was being interviewed via satellite, and the woman was talking to him, and he had dozed off and went to sleep. She was like, "Oh, this is it." She said, "This is embarrassing."
And he don't walk away.
No, he was like, "Mr. Belafonte."
Here he comes.
Yeah. So, but you was I had to, like I said, this coconut water ain't no joke. What's up?
You remember that time Harry Belafonte fell asleep in the interview?
Yep. Brother Kwame said the former president general was just here visiting our ASCAT study group. And family, now, my issue is I'm not necessarily even upset about that because I'm a realist. I understand how shit works in many fashions. But the whole thing just blew up on a brother that was running things far as that part of New Jersey, and he lost everything. So the next season he's on a down chain gang. So when it go bad for us, now just the season before that, he got up and he helped the leading character go to war with the Italian mob. And homeboy came out and was still living good, living high on a horse and shit. The brother go through just a little beef, and he in the chain gang, like he in slavery. You know what I'm saying? One mistake, and we lose it. And the point that I'm bringing up is this. Family, I'm going to say it 1,000 times, maybe 1,000,000 times before I die. Tribe up. Because they tribing up. They ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? At home, we see.
That's why I got to meet with you.
Huh? You said that's why you got to meet with me. I got you.
Yeah, I got some political. I went to an ADOS meeting today.
Thank God.
And
I'm glad because I couldn't make it. I'm here.
This sister is like blowing the whistle on the Democratic Party here, so we about to. They did her so dirty, but we're about to get together and talk. We're trying to go viral with the video. I brought you up, of course. Had someone to give her an interview. There's a lot going on, but we'll talk about it. But we have to tribe up. That's the thing, like you said. And the thing about it is we got a lot of small entities doing the same thing. And if we could just come together in a large number doing the same thing, that would be more effective, I believe. So take these small pockets and make a bigger pocket, and then we could get the message. And when they see that we got this tribe of people that they have to contend with, if they don't, like you said, if we don't get this, then you're not gonna get our vote. And
not
they know that this is
we got to be clear about that.
Thousands of people. They're gonna think twice about that.
They're gonna think not 2 or 3 times, and possibly it might motivate their competition to be like, hey, let us have a little conversation with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's just a matter because it's like, we always see, because this the piece, we are tribal people, so we gonna form plenty of smaller tribes. Now, what has to happen is, unfortunately, either there has to become a certain enemy that brings us all together that we could tribe up under, or somebody is going to have to go around and in a sense, conquer these groups in one form or another. Whether he's like Marcus Garvey and is able to motivate a major amount of people, or roll through this motherfucker like Taharka. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, like Menaz. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we were separated into tribes prior to the Kemetic Empire. Prior to Kemet being built, there was one individual that went through and united them. Some by war. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Babylon. Hell, same thing with Europe. You know what I'm saying? Either you can work with us or we're going to push your ass off the planet.
What makes us think that we are the biggest of our enemies? You understand? Because when it comes to spiritual warfare, we talking about people dealing with really the supernatural, right? And so we don't know how to deal with each other yet. What's going to happen when we dealing with that?
See, now, but this is one of the pieces that we got to really think about, Shaka. The same human struggles that we have, other groups have too.
Yeah.
You understand? So now,
yeah, they do, but they come together when that white supremacy is in danger. That's when they get on board with each other. They might not deal with each other, like each other. They done stabbed each other in the back all day at work and took each other's jobs. But damn it, if you talking about getting that Obama, some Obama stuff, every single one of them will get it all together and be looking at me like, I know you're one of them niggers. And I'm not, but that's how they look at it.
Right. So now the question is,
together on that shit.
The question is, how do we take that mentality? Because it's like this. This is going to start with small groups and small pockets. Because most of us have not been programmed to even think like that. You understand? We've been programmed to think for the advancement of another group's culture. That's what the whole education piece about. That's what the prison that we talked about yesterday. That's what all this is about. Keeping you in line and keeping you helping others build their stuff. This is why we'll stand in the line outside of somebody else's store. Because it is our job. It is our job.
Treat it like shit.
Right. Really. Because once again, it has been said over and over again that America has been built up on our suffering and our failure. And we have to come to terms with that. And we have to be willing to be like, hell no. And those that do say, and those that do act as gatekeepers to keep us in that position, have to understand that their livelihood as well as some other shit may be at risk for them doing that shit. Because, you know what I'm saying, you step out of line with another culture, it's over. They're coming for you. But we got a long distance call. Go ahead.
At this Adolf meeting today, in a political piece that is very important to us, and we're trying to get people in them seats that represent us, one thing we talked about, and I always say, Malcolm said it, and amongst others have said it, leave your religion at the door. Sometimes we focus so much on putting a person down by something that we have a difference of opinion on, that we miss the work that's being done. This was a Christian church that opened their doors to this ADOS meeting, and not only have they opened their doors to the meeting, but they're opening their congregation to the information to get out there as a congregation, and you vote for this woman right here, because she's about doing to be done black people in our community. And this is a Christian foundation. Now, I don't have a problem with that. I don't care if they're Christian, Muslim, whatever. I don't care about none of that stuff anymore. I think that stuff is a small thing in the bucket to me. Because at the end of the day, like I said, Marcus Garvey was a Christian.
Yes, he was.
And you could never, denote the work he's done. And these people at this church, man, this church, they got an African-centered, Bible, well, not a Bible study, but book club in that church. It's a whole different thing they do. They changing the whole thing. But nevertheless, I'm saying that to say that we need to have an alliance with these people. I don't care if they're Christians or not.
And the issue is, once again, tribes either go to war or they form peace treaties. You understand what I'm saying? We got to have treaties with, we got to form, you know, and just, we have to make peace agreements with others so that they understand. Somebody got the show loud in the background. We have somebody calling in, an unknown caller from Bakersfield, California. That might be Sister Kim. You out there, Sister Kim?
Yeah, it's me. It's me. Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Hey.
Calling from Wazadoogle.
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there.
So, you got something you want to add to the conversation, or you just listening in?
I was listening in, and I wanted to add something too. I want to tell you a little backstory, and then I'll explain what I want to say. I'm used to be on a Facebook group of Black Teachers Rock. I'm a teacher, and I'm Black, and I've been on that Facebook group. And, you know, it's a lot of young teachers and older teachers, and they put pictures and stuff, and most people like their pictures and stuff. So this one girl posted a picture of herself, and she's new to teaching, and people liked it. And I guess her name, somebody noticed that her name was Nigerian. And they liked it, and they posted a Nigerian flag. And then and she liked it, and I think someone said her tribe, and they said, oh, you know, the name of her tribe or something, you know, we in here or whatever. So I responded that I don't believe that Black Teachers Rock is a place for nationalism. I don't think that it's a place for that on that special page. And I also don't believe that tribalism should be promoted on Black Teachers Rock, because tribalism in Africa is very negative. It's not positive at all. And you have even Nigeria has a problem with tribalism. You have wars going on in Africa because of tribalism. Rwanda was ripped apart. The genocide in Rwanda was based on tribal lines. And now, as a result of that in Rwanda, they don't even have tribes in Rwanda anymore. They abolished tribes in Rwanda. If you meet a young Rwandan, they will not tell you their tribe because they were abolished. So, that's my backstory. What I'm saying, I know a lot of us talk about tribes with ADOS and everything. I hear that Yvette Carnell started it, really talking about tribes and stuff, and she banned me from her Facebook page also for various reasons. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not trying to be abusive or anything in what I'm saying, and I was very nice with what I said on Black Teachers Rock, but they prevented me from posting on that page. And so I said, you know, I'm not going to wait for them to block me. I just took myself off. But all I'm saying is this. When we say we're getting tribal, we need to know what we're saying. And honestly, I don't think we really know what we're saying. As a group, I don't think we really understand tribalism and the implications it can mean for that. And so I just think that it would be nice if we could reflect on that and not use that word too loosely, because it has a very negative connotation to the point of genocide connotation. So that's what I want us to really look at that.
Now, can I ask this?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Who created the borders in which these groups operated within? And why were the borders set?
Are you talking about?
And because you know, because like French, Germans, and others, you know, we could say they nationality, but they are tribes that in a sense came together and decided on a nationality. They got their own land, they carved out the land, and they worked together as Germans, right? But that's basically a culmination of tribes. What I'm talking about is the aspect of a group that is uniquely theirs. Now, part of the issue when we look at tribalism that is destroying Africa, we're looking at groups that were put within borders and are being kept within borders by lines that was drawn by other than themselves. So now they're fighting over the resources and all the other stuff that goes in there, trying to live up to a system that was never designed for them. Or am I wrong?
That's true. No, that's on a very basic level. I mean, you can say that on a very concrete level, yes. The lines in Africa were drawn by Europeans, that's true. But those lines don't mean as much as they do outside of Africa. So, especially in West Africa, a typical West African has family in different countries.
Right.
Because they crisscross a lot. And so, and those national lines don't mean the same as they do other places. I don't think Africans have even gotten to the level of nationalism as you have outside in Europe and the United States. So when we talk about nationalism, we have a deeper understanding of nationalism than they do. They have a deeper understanding of tribalism than what we do. From my view, that's what I see. But
You know,
so
go ahead.
no, I'm listening.
You know what I found out is that when black women get a perm in their hair, straightens it. When white folk get a perm in their hair, curly. And I think there's to some extent, I definitely appreciate your breakdown of just the idea of tribe enough from an African perspective. Understanding the necessity here for that action is really a matter of understanding. You cannot create the anti-venom without the venom. And right now, that's the action that is necessary for survival. And so I understand how there it causes a different response. But is there another term that you would advise that gives the same instruction?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I think that we as a group need to come together and think about what are we really doing. Are we really tribing up? Do we really want to call ourselves a tribe? Do we really want to be tribal? Or do we really want to uplift our community and have a collective conscience together? Because that's not really tribal.
What is it?
Maybe it looks like when you see a collective coming together, a collective consciousness, those are like the attributes of maybe something tribal, but that's really not what tribal is. That's what I'm saying. So I think what we're talking about is we want to have some of the characteristics of it, but not really be tribal. And that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think that we just,
well, let's create the term then. I mean, because if the term don't exist, go ahead.
Listen, I think that when it comes to that, what we're doing is defining the speculative amongst the operative. There are folks that say tribe, and they do injustice to the tribe that they claim. Let them have that. When it comes to a tribe that through our behavior pronounces something that is distinct, something that demands respect, something that demands honor and gives honor, that's a tribe worth having. And with all of the lesser tribes, let them be.
Now, Brother Kwame asked the question, where did the word tribe come from? what did the actual ethnoi refer to themselves, maybe mean Ethiopians, refer to themselves as. This is why language is so strong part of what makes culture. So, Sister Kim, I'm going to take you for what you're saying, but like I said, if the word does not exist, either we need to search in history or create the word. Because when you I'm just saying, when you force people together, you're going to have some bad outcomes. People that don't necessarily didn't get along with you didn't get along together before you got there, and you were able to impose your rule on them, and all of a sudden that rule leaves, right? And you already have people that have a long history of combating each other, and also being being involved in the nigger factory. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That is like a bomb waiting to explode. See, because I think all people tend, a tribe is basically an extension of the family. It's a group of families that come together. If my daughter married my brother, one of my friends' son, you know what I'm saying, and our families are close, that forms, in a sense, a tribe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, maybe we need to come up with another word. Like maybe we might need to use Kedin or something like that. But Brother Kwame said ethnoi referred to ethnic groups. So what does what should our ethnic group refer to themselves as? Not battling the word, not arguing about the word tribe, because I agree with you, because there's some aspects of it that we don't want. But wouldn't that be true for any term that we form using that word? Using the word, wouldn't it be some aspects that we like and some aspects that we don't like? Because, like example, holding a society together, there's some aspects that some of us are going to like, and others that we're not going to necessarily agree with. But in order for that society to be held together, those things need to be in operation. I hope she ain't fall off. Who fell off? Her lines be breaking up sometimes. That was
I think it was her.
Right, her lines. So that's why I try to let her speak, because when she come on, sometimes she only got a couple of minutes because her line is weak. But I appreciate the addition to the conversation, and what she's saying may be something that we might need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some negative aspects to the term tribe, especially when it comes to black folk. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not tribing up what we're doing, then we need to come up with a term, a verb, and a noun, the noun that describes what it is, and the verb to define the action.
What it truly is, we don't like saying because of where we're at, but what we're truly talking about is a cult.
Okay, Shaka, we just lost 15 people that was listening in. God damn it. Thanks a lot, brother. But really, no, but actually, see, this is what a lot of people don't do, because the root of culture is the term cult, which is a group that share a belief system. But the key piece is that cultures, cults, tribes, gangs, parties, federations all have borders. And if you violate those borders, and then not only violate the borders, but violate the practices, it could get violent for your ass. In any of them. Because you have to be able to protect your borders. And you can't have outside people bringing in shit that is not allowed within your culture, or you really don't have a culture. Brother Kwame say, as in any successful culture, you uplift the best and leave behind the worst, or you hope to. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like I said, there's certain things that we need to discuss, but there are certain aspects of culture that we got to really embrace. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at as uncomfortable as they are, because for many of us, some of the shit that we have to do in order to maintain the culture, in order to maintain the tribe, may be very uncomfortable for some of us. That's why you have certain motherfuckers that's going to be able to hold it down and do what they need to do. As we kind of discussed yesterday. War is part of culture. How you fight war is part of culture. What goes on within the borders is part of culture. Whether the borders are actual, whether the borders are a mental thing because the people are adrift or something has been taken from them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a real. She bringing up a point that we got to look at. But Brother Kwame say, look to the animal kingdom to understand how culture is formed. We should. I did that when I posted up a couple of weeks ago about the wolf pack. It's about needs and about protection. Primarily protection. Shit. But we don't want to deal with that shit.
I'm going to ask this question. I know it's probably something that I ask maybe once a year. And it's all based on this conversation. I say that evil is a convention of man. And it's been argued that even monkeys gangbang. When monkeys gangbang, is it evil? Or is it just a part of life?
It's a part of life. It's a part of life. See, because one of the things, and this is part of the farce that's been put on us. For someone to be cultured, they are removed. They are supposedly removed from the muck and the mire of human behavior. Right? You are supposed to be above the animal thing. But what helps maintain your ability to stay above the animal thing is those individuals that's willing to act like goddamn animals.
Keep going.
I ain't got to go no far.
Hey, now that takes it right to, oh man, remember that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Anthony Hopkins? Instinct?
Yes.
Do you remember when he went in as his doctor to do this session on his head and he was trying to play this mind game with him? His homeboy turned the table, taped his mouth, and put him in the headlock and said, "What did I just take from you?" And he needed to write it down. Do you remember what the answer was?
No.
Because he kept saying,
I remember saying,
he took control from me.
Right.
He said, "You took away control." He wrote down control. And he said, "No, you never had control." He said, "What did I take from you?" And he wrote down freedom. He said, as if you were ever free. He said, "One last time, what did I take from you?" And he wrote down illusion. And that was the answer. He took away his illusion of power, of freedom. And that's what made him understand what had been taken away from this man. Because he became a part of the Silverback tribe, only to watch his monkey family get poached. Right?
Mm.
And that's why he went to Zara and killed all the officers, because they killed his family. Because really for us to go to the next level, we got to have some of these uncomfortable conversations. And a lot of them is not going to be able to be taking place online for the whole world to hear, because there are certain illusions that we carry around. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to be clear on this, family, and we got to be willing, we got to be able to work within it, because some of this shit is going to be in a gray area. Going to be uncomfortable as hell for us to get to where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? So, but family, listen. I want to thank everybody for calling in. I want to thank Sister Kim for calling in from Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, and dropping some thoughts on me. Now I got to go home and think about them shit. Thanks a lot. I want to thank Sister Navita for joining us. I know your Wi-Fi dropped. I know how it goes, Sister Kim. And I want to thank Sister Navita for coming on and dropping some information. If you could, drop the information about the workshop that Brother Bonacci going to be coming to town and talking about.
Okay, that workshop is on Kaumba on Saturday, February the 8th, from 10 a.m. to noon will be a meet and greet. From noon to 1 will be lunch, for food provided, and from 1 to 4 will be the lecture/workshop. You can bring your book, have it signed, purchase a book, have it signed, and that's all for $10. So come on, join us, get this information, and get some knowledge to share and some solutions.
It's a Towee Village event, by the way. Sister Nibby, you got any last words for the people before we get up out of here?
No, I don't think I do. I'm good. I just love y'all, though. I love y'all.
Brother Kwame say, what is diplomacy? Lift up the best and leave behind the worst. Make the optimal choice for any situation is what is meant. Yeah. Sometimes the optimal choice is the worst. I mean, it's, because a lot of people, we look at Kemetic history and we want to look at purely the best. But in order for Kemet to hold its lines for as long as it did, they had to have some motherfuckers in that culture that was willing to take it towards the worst. When the Babylonians came, they had to have some motherfuckers that was willing to do and bring up the worst in them. You know what I'm saying? Human nature versus human nature. Human will versus human will. If I lose, this means that everything that I have and everything that my family has built may be destroyed. What would you be willing to put up? You know what I'm saying? What would you be willing to do if that was it? Because we've been taught not to think like that when others are thinking like that. You don't think the generals of the militaries of the world don't think like that? Do you think the politicians of the world don't think like that? They all got motherfuckers. They could pick up a phone and say, I need some horrible shit done, and you the only one I could call. That's what all these movies about. Anyway, Shaka, I want to thank you for joining us. You got any last words for the people before I get up out of here?
Yo, all I got to say is live every day like it's your last, meaning live your best life today. Don't wait until somebody gives you permission. Live that. That's it.
All right, family, this is Brother Hatim. I said all my last words. I'm long-winded, so I'm going to shut up right now. I'm going to allow you to have the rest of your evening. I want to thank you for joining us for the Toast here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Those that are joining us on Facebook, go to gnjmedia.live and go on and like and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Also, go up the timeline and find out how to get on our Black Signal list so that we can let you know when we got events happening, because we're going to start texting and emailing stuff out because we're learning to master the system day by day. And family, with that, I'm out. Peace.